Hi guys, it's Kira, your favorite trauma-informed money coach, and I am back with another paycheck budget video. This video in particular will be going over my paycheck from September 12th. As usual, guys, you know I am out in the park in nature. You guys know I love to be out in nature. That is just my place. That is just my vibe. And I wanted to just give you guys a little reminder that because I'm outside in nature, you will hear car horns, you might hear tractor trailer, you might see the duckies behind me, right? My goal in coming to the park is to help to keep my nervous system nice and calm, as well as yours as you're viewing this, right? Because we know that it's not always easy when we're talking about money, right? When we're talking about money, when we're talking about numbers, when we're talking about going over our paychecks, paying bills, saving money, these things are not easy. And oftentimes people don't realize how challenging and difficult it is until you've been. I don't play that. Y'all know I'm a nature girly, but I still be like, what? So people don't realize how challenging it is until they've been in a position where you weren't able to make ends meet, right? So with that being said, I'm going to try to make these videos shorter because I know your time is so important to you. By the way, guys, guess what? I went to get my eyebrows touched up today. Let me see. Can you guys see? I went and got my eyebrows touched up today in Brooklyn. The name of I got a I did microblading, and today I got the touch up in Brooklyn. The name of her shop is Eyebrows, IBROWZ Design. And she's in Brooklyn on Quinn, I think it's 311 Quinn Street, New York City. So, without further ado, today we are going over my paycheck, my first paycheck for September. Today is September 25th, 2025. No, today is September 27th, 2025. I got paid today for my second paycheck this morning. But for now, we're going over the first one. Now, for this paycheck, I got paid $1,803.30. Now, it's important to take note, guys, when I first started doing this series, I think my first paycheck was like $4,440. The second one was a little lower, and now this one is lower than both of them. But what do I always say? If we can manage a lot, we can manage. If we can manage a little, we can manage a lot, right? So I got, for my actual check as a school nurse. Remember, this is for school, my school nurse job. This is not budget and hill income. School nurse, my paycheck was $1,803.30. But I had $918.68 left over from the previous pay period. So that brings my total to $2,721.98. Now, this is where I write my income, right here. And I will write where I got it from. So as you can see, the first line, it says school nurse, then my income. The second line, it says left over. That's money left over from our previous check. Now, when we come to the other side, this is for savings, right? And it says, think and plan ahead. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today, right? So savings, household sinking fund right here. That was $237.16. My stress-free fund, some people call it an emergency fund. My stress-free fund, I saved $100 in there. My investment fund, $400 in there. That brings my total for savings for this particular paycheck, my first paycheck in September. My total in savings is $737.16. So when we come here, guys, to the recurring bills, now remember, I said the difference between recurring bills and expenses as it pertains to this paycheck budget. Recurring bills are bills that we have to pay consistently, whereas the expenses are one-offs. An example of a one-off expense is my eyebrows. That's not something that I pay for every month, although I did pay for it in August and September. It's over. Right? So that you consider that an expense, a one-off expense. Okay. So for recurring bills with my first paycheck, keep in mind, this is not for the whole month. This is just for one paycheck. I pay for rent $6.95. Now, guys, what I do, my rent is 13. I think it's 13.95, 13 something like that. I think it's like 1300. I believe. Don't quote me. All right, but I believe it's 1300. But nonetheless, I actually break it down in half. So every time I get paid, I pay rent. So I just break it down. I just bust it down the middle. So that, because I don't like paying a large number. I don't like paying a large number for rent or any bill for that matter. I like breaking it down so I can have more flexibility with my income. Okay. For laundry, I thought it was going to be $8, but it wasn't. It was $33.76. Right. And what happened with that is in the laundry, I purchased laundry detergent also. Now, laundry detergent was like $18. So I always add that, like laundry detergent, I always add that into the laundry category. Easy Pass. Now, I thought I was going to spend $22.50, but instead I spent $45. And the reason why is it was that high is because typically it is my Easy Pass. I paid $30 every month. But the reason why it's higher is because I went to New York City to get my eyebrows touched up. Anytime I go to New York City, those bridges and tolls be about $22, almost $23. So you always want to make sure you have enough money in your Easy Pass so that you don't get anything in the mail from New York City, because anything like that, I'm pretty sure they add on taxes. So just plan ahead, think ahead, and front load your accounts when you know you're going out of state and it's going to cost you some money, right? So then tithes, I paid my tithes. That was $50. Food, I thought my goal, I budgeted to spend $72.46, but guess what? Full transparency, I spent $216. Food is going up. Okay. Food is going up. And I ate out about 5 times. I ate out 5 times. But my eating out, I promise you, my eating out is $6 here, $10.61 here. And the reason why I know that is because I eat the same thing over and over. Particularly, I eat like a Chipotle veggie bowl over and over. I might grab a spinach feta wrap, maybe. But yeah, $2.16. And then gas. I paid $41 for gas. So those are the reoccurring bills that I paid with my first paycheck. That total number was $1,080.76. Now, coming over to my expense side, eyebrows. I thought it was going to be $100, but it was $220, right? That's what the tip included. Then a retainer, guys. I broke my retainer. So now I paid $190, but the full retainer is $420. But I negotiated with them because, one, I used to work there, and two, I got my braces there, and I didn't have $420 to give them all back like that, liquid, like easily. So I was like, no, this is how much I have. Can I bring the remaining $230 when my retainer is ready to be picked up? And guess what they said? Sure. So always negotiate, okay? And then I got some white fillings, guys. I used to have like, oh my God, I had silver fillings down here. And now that I'm doing more speaking engagements, more workshops and things of that nature, I don't know, out of the clear air, I feel like I just started getting self-conscious about it. So I was like, I have to fix this, because I cannot be standing up in front of people with the intention of empowering them when I'm feeling insecure about myself. So I had to fix that. That was first I got these two, I replaced these two silver fillings with white, and then, right, and that was $500 because I did not go in network. I wanted a particular dentist to do it, so I had to pay for it. And I do not mind. I would do it again if I had to. And then that was last month. I got these two white fillings taken out. These two silver fillings taken out last month. And then this month, I got these two on this side taken out. And I feel so much better. No silver. I feel so much better. So yeah. Now, here's the thing though, guys. For my eyebrows, I paid cash. The retainer, I paid cash. But for the fillings that was five. No, okay, it was actually $514 for the fillings, for 2 fillings. But because they told me that the consultation that I did last month, it was $75. They said, listen, the consultation is $75, but if you decide to get some work done, then we'll apply that to your bill. So last month, I don't know how, but it slipped my mind. But this month, I remember I said, hey, when I was at the front desk about to pay, I said, hey, I remember you told me, I remember you told me that, you know, you will apply the consultation fee to my actual bill if I got some work done. So I got the work done. So she said, oh yeah. So it went from $514 to $439. Now I put it on my American Express credit card so that I could break the payments up in two. You guys might hear that pattern, me breaking things up in two. Remember I told you I break my rent up in two, right? I did these. I have 4 silver fillings that I wanted to replace with white. I did this one month. I did this one in August. I did this side in September. So I try to break things up in two to give me breathing room and to stay consistent, okay? So for the expenses, remember, I got my eyebrows touched up, the retainer, and then the white fillings. But we're not going to add the white fillings to the expense on here as far as number-wise because we're going to add it on the credit card. Because why? I put it on the credit card, okay? So my total expenses for this paycheck was $410, and that would be for my eyebrows touched up and a retainer. Okay. Now, when we come over here to debt, this side is for debt. Okay. When we come over here for debt, I have my American Express. So, as I just told you guys with the American Express, I use my American Express to pay for the Easy Pass, and I use my American Express to pay for my white fillings. So that's $439 plus $22. Okay. Now I know that I told you guys my Easy Pass was $45, but I previously paid $22.50 a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, I paid $22.42, but it's in the same pay period. It's in the same pay period. So I made sure I added it there. So for my American Express, keep in mind, guys, when you use your credit card, make sure you have a strategy for paying this money back, right? You see how one of my strategies, guys, is to break things up in two. Here's my thought process and my strategy around that. So I used my American Express to pay for my 2 white fillings, which was $439. I also used the American Express to pay for Easy Pass. I'm going to divide that total number, right? I'm going to divide that total number into what? You guessed it, 2. I'm going to divide that total number into 2, and I'm going to pay $250. I'm going to pay $250 from this pay period, and then I'm going to pay the next $250 from the next pay period, which was actually today because I got paid today. So the way that this works, guys, because I used the credit card Friday, was it yesterday? This week has been so busy. It was either Thursday or Friday. I used the credit card. My billing cycle, I won't have to pay anything until November 1st, but I'm not going to wait until November 1st. I'm going to divide it up. Either you can divide it up by 2 or by however many pay periods you have between the time that you have to pay your credit card and the time in which you use the credit card. So you could do it that way also. But it's vitally important to have a strategy. You have to have a strategy. You can't just be swiping and hoping, right? You got to have a strategy. Like, look, if you're trying to buy yourself time so you don't have to pay the entire bill like I didn't want to do, then what you can do, one of the things that you can do is break down how many pay periods will you have before your credit card bill is due. And you could divide whatever your balance is by that number. Okay, that should ease the load a little bit. So over here, guys, this is the summary. Okay, this is the budget summary, and My income was $2,721.98 for my first paycheck. Now remember, that paycheck was $1,803.30, but I had $918.68 left over from the previous pay period, right? So then the recurring bills, $1,080.76. Okay. Expenses, $410. Debt, $250. Because remember, I just said I'd charge my credit card. I use my credit card for the fillings and the Easy Pass, right? And then savings, $737.16. That brought me, once I subtracted all of my savings, my recurring bills, my expenses, and my credit card, once I subtracted that from the income that I have, that brought me to a total amount left of $244.06, which I am super happy about. I'm super proud of myself because it has not always been like this, right? When we have money left over, I don't care if it's $1. Be grateful because you're moving in the right direction. Now, here's something that I wanted to show you guys. If you look at this column here where it says budgeted, this is where you write it. Just so as a reminder, this is where you guys write how much you plan on spending. But the actual amount in the next column is the actual amount that you actually either receive or spend. The difference between the column that I budgeted and the actual column, if I didn't have the leftover money, I would have been negative $349.83. That balance would have been negative if I did not have leftover money from my income, from my previous check. So it's important to try. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because prices are going up. I mean, everything is going up. They are really squeezing us. So I get it. I know it's hard, but it's important that you try to leave some money in your account in case you need it for the following month. I knew that September was going to be tight financially because remember I told you guys in August during the summertime, I get extra money. I actually get all of my money and I work for 5 weeks. So in doing that, that allows me to not only touch all of my money without any of the typical automations coming out. I get an opportunity to see exactly how much money I will make. But during the 10 months that I work, it's so many things coming out. You got pension, this, that, like pension, 403B, you got different things coming out of there, right? And the FSA account. So there's different things coming out of it. So what my take home pay is significantly lower than it typically is during the summertime. And I know that, right? I know that through historically, every September, it's like, okay, we balled out for July and August because we were working during the summer and we had extra income and we got an opportunity to touch how much money we really made. But come September, you're going back. You're going back to your regular routine as far as your finances are concerned. So with that being said, I knew it was important to bring leftover money, to have leftover money for the following month, which is September, because things tend to tighten up every September. Okay. So now that is my paycheck budget for September 12th, 2025. Now, when we turn it around to the cash flow compass, just a reminder, guys, I wrote down every single thing that's on the paycheck budget. So we talking about household savings fund, household sinking fund. We're talking about our stress-free sinking fund, investment fund, rent, laundry, Easy Pass, ties, food, gas, eyebrows, right? Retainer, white fillings, American Express credit card. All of that is here in a category column. Then over here, I put the amount, how much. And then over here, I put the due date. Here, I put the date that I actually paid it. And then here, I put notes. So for example, whatever. So, for example, in the notes section, if you look at household sinking fund, it says paid from checking account number 1. I told you guys I just recently opened a separate checking account. That's going really well. It's going really well. Stress-free savings paid from checking account number 1. Let me get a different one so you guys can see. Okay. Where it says white fillings, it says paid on American Express. That's an indicator to me. That's a reminder. Hey, don't forget you paid your white filling. You pay for your white fillings on your American Express. Okay. And then let's see, we have the Easy Pass, same thing, paid from American Express. So that, guys, is my paycheck budget for September 12th. It's supposed to be the 15th. I'm supposed to get paid on the 15th, but I typically get paid 2 days early. So who doesn't love that? So yeah, that's it, guys. In a nutshell, I'm trying to get better and shorter with these videos, but to be still be efficient. Okay. So that is my paycheck budget for September 12th. Now, I also wanted to invite you guys to our book club, our Budget and Heal themed book club. We just finished reading Cashing Out. I told you guys about that book. This is another book this is a different book that we're going to read starting. We're going to read this and we're going to meet up November 24th or 26th, the last Monday in November. We're going to meet up. Okay. And discuss the book. The name of the book is called The Trauma of Money: Mapping Compassionate Pathways to Healing Financial Trauma and Disempowering Financial Shame. It is vitally important, guys, that you jump in our book club. It is free. It is a community of women who are on this journey just like you. And the really cool thing about this particular book, I just took the course. I took the Trauma of Money course. I am Trauma of Money certified. I took the course and I graduated in July. Chantel Chapman is the author. Her course is so good. She digs deep. This is just FYI, guys. This book is not teaching you how to budget. This book is not teaching you different debt payoff strategies. This book is going deep into capitalism. It's going deep into gender, right? As far as it pertains to wages, right? This book goes deep into our financial trauma, how it started, where it started. So this is a really deep book, and it is a financial book, but it is not a book about teaching you how to budget. It's a high level financial book that helps you to heal your relationship with money. The book talks about different money disorders, such as money avoidance. And that, just to give you a brief example, money avoidance would be with someone who avoids opening their bills, avoid looking at their paycheck, avoid looking at their credit card debt, avoid knowing their numbers, right? That is a form of money avoidance. So this is the book we'll be reading, guys. You can start as soon as possible, and we'll be meeting up November 26th. I will leave the link to join the book club in the description. I hope to see you there. I hope this video was valuable to you. And just FYI, guys, I love reading books in community, with community, about finances, because there's always more for us to learn. Yes, I paid off a significant amount of money in a short period of time, but there's still so much more to learn, and I love reading books about finances, and honestly, higher level books, not just books on how to budget, although they are important too. But we're a little farther ahead than learning how to budget, right? So if you are not comfortable with budgeting yet, one of the budgeting apps that I always recommend is the $Every Dollar budgeting app. That app is super simple. It's free. You can see everything. You can see your paycheck. You can do a different version of paycheck budgeting inside of the app. It's free. So if that's your thing, if you like digital, and of course, if you can always get my paycheck budget that I use that helped me to manage my money, this comes in a Google Sheet, so you can edit it, right? It comes in Google Sheet. You can also print it out in PDF. It comes in PDF just like this, like I print mine out. You can also do it on Google Sheets if you're on a go. You can edit it, update it as you please. I'll leave that in the description as well. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and I promise I will try to make them shorter, okay? All right, y'all. Love.